Facebook, I'm live. I'm from my computer, so hopefully this works out. If it doesn't, I'm sure Alicia's going to roll into the room and let me know. But I'm also live on Instagram. So I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm here and I'm here. So if you're not following me on Instagram, my handle is @LloydJamesRoss, and you can check out my content on there as well. I post every single day. But I wanted to come live and talk to you guys about a penny saved is a penny earned. It's an old saying by Benjamin Franklin, actually. If you don't know who he is, Google it. But he was a very wise he was really more of a US consulate, but a clever guy. And he had all these quips. And his book, the Benjamin Franklin biography, is an amazing book to read if you want wisdom. So he used to say a penny saved is a penny earned. And he used to also say things like, look after your pennies and the pounds will follow. So I wanted to come on live and talk to you about how to make money while you're spending, right? How to make money while you're spending. Because a lot of people think, if I just make more money, I'm going to be wealthy. But the reality, and that's true, like your income is going to drive most of your wealth creation, okay? Especially if you're in your prime earning years, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s, okay? You've got to be working hard and hustling hard and smart, working smart in those 4 decades to get the maximum out of your abilities and skills and time working, and drive that into investments to create wealth. So when you're building wealth, it is derived from your income, but you can actually make a lot of money by watching how you spend that income. And it's really easy to spend far more than what you need to. So just be mindful when you're spending that every time you save $1, all right, you're really earning $1, correct? Because every time you spend, you're like, gee, I've spent time to earn that dollar, right? So let's say, for example, you go and spend $20. You've worked typically about an hour on the average Australian wage, $20 an hour, to actually have that $20. You've exchanged your time on Earth of 1 hour for that $20, okay? So rather than just give it out willy-nilly, every time you save $1, or even if you save $20, you're actually saving an hour of your time. And you're earning, right? So let's say you go out and you save $20, you really earn $20, okay? So a few little lessons to learn, or a couple of little things that I know about, and a little story that happened, in fact, yesterday, is being able to go in somewhere and be aware, self-aware of the rush of blood that goes through you when you want to spend money. And it happens all the time, right? Because 80% of money is behavioral, okay? 20% knowledge, 80% is behavioral. It's how we act in our emotions around how we spend and how we invest and how we approach money that gives us our wealth, all right, and success around money. So being really in tune with how you are emotionally each day with your spending is going to actually help you to save money, and deploy your money into better things than stuff that doesn't produce any income. So let me give an example. What happened yesterday to us? So we have, we have investments, we have multiple streams of income, and we're very, diligent, I would say, with our money, where it goes, what it produces, and so forth. But even we slip up, and yesterday was a good example of how we almost did. And so it doesn't matter how much money you're making, being diligent with where it goes is so important, okay? It doesn't matter how much you make. You've got to be diligent. Even if you're making $50,000 a year, be diligent. If you're making $5 million a year, be diligent, all right? Because that's how you build wealth. You underspend your income. That's how you build wealth, okay? So yesterday, it was time for Alicia to go and buy a new laptop, all right? So she needs a new laptop, didn't like her Mac, puts it online. So first step, doesn't like her Mac, right? And I agree, comment, I hate Macs if you hate Macs as well. If you're a PC person, pop PC below. If you're a Mac person, pop Mac below. I want to see who loves PCs. Anyway, she doesn't like Macs, all right? And I don't either. So I bought her this Mac for a present a couple years ago, I think, and never used it. So it was like she was using this computer that I'm going live on now. And I hate Mac. Aaron hates Macs. Great. And so she goes and sells it. So first step, is she went and sold the Mac, all right, on Gumtree, or on Facebook Marketplace, all right? So the first step was, instead of just letting it sit there and going and buy one, she's like, how do I create the money first to then redeploy it and get a laptop for the same price? So she sells her Mac. She sells it for $950, I think she got for it. And once she had that, she's like, let's go out shopping to get a new one, right? So we're going out shopping, and we go into, long story short, went to JB Hi-Fi, wasn't so good, took it back, not great service there, went to Harvey Norman. And we walk in, and all these laptops are lined up there, and you know, you've got the really nice ones, the intermediate ones, okay ones, and so forth. So we wanted to get a valuable laptop, right? So we go out and you assess them based on their speed, their RAM, and their memory, and so forth, and you know, the screen quality and so on. So we're taking some time, and we could have just rushed in and grabbed this particular one. It was quite good, $1,600 it was, $1,699, and it ticked all the boxes. Alicia liked them, like, just grab. But then she's like, let's slow down a bit. I'm like, that's a good idea. Let's just slow it down, because I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And so the first lesson is to just slow down your purchase. Just relax, all right? The rush of blood is, let's get one, let's go. And so we slowed down and then started looking around at other ones. I mean, a little bit more detail. So we come to this other one, and it's $1,300, okay? And we looked at the specs, pretty good, similar, a little bit different in screen size, but that was okay. We're like, you know what? We could probably save $300 just by going into this one. And so that was $300 we earned, right? Because a penny saved is a penny earned. And then we thought, you know what? Let's just check to see what it's selling for online, right? Because, you know, everybody knows you can buy stuff online more often than not these days, and more often than not, you can get it for a better price. So I pull out this laptop online, and lo and behold, it's $1,000, $1,090. So I'm like, ooh, this computer is actually being sold by Harvey Norman, the same store we're in, for $300 less. Just because I, you know, slowed down, took the time, put it up online, checked it out, and $300 less, right? So we're like to the guy, hey, this is actually, you're selling this online for $300. She goes, oh, that's right, there's a sale on, sorry. So he was going to sell it to us $300 more, right? Unless we had have cooled our jets and looked for it online, which we did. So we saved another $300. So in our steadiness in the purchase, we saved $600, all right? And we got a fantastic deal. So we earned $600. Now, when you're earning $600, right, like that, or you're saving $600, you're earning money that you already have in your bank that you've already paid tax on. So any money you can save from earnings is actually tax-effective savings. So you've really got to earn $800 to have $600, right? So by saving $600, you've really earned $800, okay, before tax. So it was a really good lesson in slowing down before we purchase things. And then what happened was, grabbed the computer, went to the car, like, that was a great deal, awesome, we saved $600, perfect. And then we went to pulled in to post some awards to our team. So we pulled into the post office to post some awards to the team, and we both walked by the sushi. There's a new sushi place there, right, at Olive Creek. So we're walking by, it's around lunchtime, just a bit after lunch, and we're both like pretty hungry. We're like, should we get some sushi? And you know, when you go to sushi, that it's like $60 for two of us. Like, if you get there and you eat it. So, and we both were just about to walk in the door, and we both kind of looked at each other and went, nah, let's. It was that moment of rush of blood, right? Now, I'm not saying don't eat sushi, but it was just this self-awareness of, we're just about to walk in these doors here and spend $60. And we both kind of looked at each other and went, we were on this high from like saving 600. So like, it would have been easy to do. So we walk into, we're like, nah, let's not. Let's go into the supermarket. So we walk into the supermarket, and we went there, and for 60, or I didn't think we even spent 60, $40, we grabbed everything we would need to be able to then, you know, prep some meals for the week. Probably feed us for the whole week instead of one meal. And it was really interesting because we're both like, wow, it was so close. It was so close to just walking in and chucking that, you know, that extra 20 or $30 over there. And we could afford it. We could afford a big laptop. We could have gone and bought a $5,000 laptop and bought sushi, or it could do that easy, right? It's not that we don't have the money. It's just that when you earn lots of money, you still have to be diligent, okay? because the idea is to underspend your income and take that extra savings and invest it to produce more income. That's the wealth building process over time. Okay, we're in our 30s. This is what we're doing. We're building our wealth, building our empire, right? So you have to be diligent. But what was really good was we caught ourselves twice. So the lesson is, go and spend for sure. You have to. I mean, you've got to buy a laptop here, and you got to buy groceries. You got to buy things. Okay, that's how the economy works. I'm not saying don't spend anything, but when you go out, just try and see how you feel before you're about to have a rush of blood and emotional process happens before you buy. Because you can say, hang on a second. A, do I really need this right now? B, what's an alternative, right, to what this is currently? And maybe C, what I'll start to learn how to do more is, what else can we get them to throw in with the deal that makes it sweeter? All right? What else can if I'm going to buy this thing, will they throw in something else, right? I bought a really nice bottle of Hennessy for a friend the other day, and I went into the bottle shop to buy it specifically for his party, and really expensive bottle, and as I bought it, I said, hey, can you also throw in this? And so it's like a moment of sweetening a little bit more, just to get a little bit more value from the deal, right? But that's not what this live is about. It's more about just making sure that you're looking after the pennies, all right? Because a penny saved is a penny earned. The easiest way to earn some dollars is sometimes not to spend it, okay? Because you've exchanged a bit of your time to create that money or have that saving. And, if you haven't read my book, it talks about taking those savings, right, those pennies, that money tree seed, and then planting it into your money tree, okay? Because the less you spend and the more you make, there's this gap. The less you spend, the more you make. Then you've got the savings, and you plant that into an asset, and it produces more money, okay? That's the wealth building process. And the more in tune you are with your emotions as you go and do things, the better, all right? So I think just try this week as you're going out and spending, listening to Lloyd talking on a live, right? Do I need this? What's going on in my body? Just be aware of it, I guess, it would be the lesson. And what I'd love you to sort of become more aware of and learn to control better, okay? Because remember, 80% behavioral. So that's the lesson for this week, all right? A penny saved is a penny earned. See what you can do this week to either sweeten a deal, get huge discounts on what you're trying to grab for the time, or look for a really good valuable deal as you're spending. And do I really need this? Do I really need this? Okay, they're the questions you might want to ask yourself this week. So I hope that's been valuable for you. If you love this live, you like it, whatever you might. If you hate it, want to tell me, that's fine. Pop a comment below, leave me a question, or hit the share button and share it. And tag a friend if you want to tag a friend in this if you think they're going to get value from it. And I'll see you on Instagram, see you on Facebook, and I'll see you again very shortly for another live. Have a great week.